B'Shem Hashem Na'aseh B'Nasliyach. We are here at theshul.com, Surfside Kolel Boked, and throughout the weekend we have heard about the catastrophe in Eretz Yisrael, how unfortunately terrorists have broken through, and a catastrophe that has not been seen on the Jewish nation since the Nazis and the Holocaust. Right away, when this happened, we were here in Miami. We didn't have access to our phones except for what we were hearing from the Goyim and from the Nochrim, that they were telling us what was happening. And last night, the first thing I did is I started opening up some of the Sfarim and researching online to see what the Hachamim told us in regards to this. So today, I'm going to reveal to you that it's quite possible that what happened this past weekend on Hoshana Rabbah and Leil Shmini Atzeret is the beginning of Milchemet Gog UMAGOG, and I'm going to reveal to you from another perspective that the text that I'm going to read from you is a very accurate text. Let's take a look. It's found in the Shulhan Aruch, Siman Taf Resh Samech Gimel. I want you to look at Seif Katan Gimel. It begins, I'm going to read the Shulhan Aruch and then I'm going to go into the Mishna Berura. Motzi'in shne sefarim be'echad korim re'eh ata omer elai. We take out two sefrei Torah and we read from re'eh ata omer elai. That's Shemot Lamed Gimel dash Yud Bet. Umaftir koreh bekorbanot shel sveka deyoma. And then he says, Umaftir beheskel v'haya beyom bo Gog. And we read about the day of Gog that's coming, and then I want you to take a look on the bottom at the Mishna Berura. Okay, he tells us under the letter Yud, Beyom Bo Gog, Lefi le'atid tehiyeh milchemet Gog UMAGOG beTishri. He tells us the war is going to start in the month of Tishri, and furthermore, this is talking about the events on Sukkot. Hoshana Rabbah is the seventh day of Sukkot, and the next seif. The next Siman is Tafresh Samechdal Seder Yom Hoshana Rabbah. Now, why is this extremely important right now? Because there are many Sfarim that we do research with, and unfortunately, over the course of time, there's been Ta'ut Sofer, there's been different redactions, and additions to Sfarim. But this that we're reading from the Mishnah Berura has two important factors. Number one, we actually have the original copy of the Mishnah Berura of the Hafetz Haim. It's about 100 years ago. So we have the first print, so we know that this is an accurate text. Number two, which is Ikar of Ikarim, is that the Baal Hafetz Haim and the Baal Mishnah Berura, Rabbi Yisrael Meir HaKohen Miradin, was someone that was very careful in Shemirat HaLashon. He was so careful in the Shemirat HaLashon, he lived a long life, and he wrote us the magnum opus of how to speak. And in the Shamayim, this has a tremendous value, to the point that they would never allow the Hafetz Haim something that he would say that wouldn't be true. Therefore, this is an accurate text, and the author of the text is someone that you could take whatever he said to the bank. Based on what we know with this, it seems that the Milchama just started. We know from the counts that have been taken hostage and those that have died, there's almost 700 dead that we know up until now that have been murdered by these terrorists. And it seems that this is going to be the start of the Milchama. And I'm going to show you that it's actually a little bit more than just what the Mishnah Berura said, because we know from Shemot, we know Hoshana Rabbah is the 21st day of Tishri. Now, 21 is also Gimatria Eheyeh. Eheyeh Asher Eheyeh. What does there come up? That comes up in Shemot. If you look at Shemot Gimel Dash Yud Daled, Vayomer Elohim El Moshe, Eheyeh Asher Eheyeh. Vayomer Ko Tomad Bnei Yisrael Eheyeh Shalachani Alechem. So Moshe Rabbeinu Hashem tells him to go down to Mitzrayim, and Moshe says, when I go down, they're going to say to me, who sent me? And you're going to say, Eheyeh sent you. Now, Eheyeh was a new name of God. There are different names of God. There's Havaya, there's Eheyeh. Now, let's look at Rashi. What was Moshe Rabbeinu's problem? Moshe Rabbeinu said, is this going to be the final Geula? Meaning, am I going to go now to Mitzrayim, take them out, and we're going to go to Eretz Yisrael, build the Beit HaMikdash? And Hashem said, no. He told them, you're going to be one of multiple leaders that are going to go take them out. Look at what Rashi says. Eheye asher eheye imam b'tzara. I'm going to be with them in the sarazot of Mitzrayim. Asher eheye imam b'shebud she'ar malchuyot. And there's going to be other nations that they're going to have to be. Amad lefanav ribbono shel olam. Mani maskidhem sarah acheret. You want me to go down to Mitzrayim and tell them I'm going to go take them out, but it's not going to be the farm. They're going to have more problems afterwards. Moshe was arguing the point. Dayam b'tzara zo. It's enough that they have this problem in Mitzrayim. Amar lo yafe amarta ko tomar v'gomer. Now, this argument that went back and forth ended up being one of the causes of why Moshe Rabbeinu didn't make it into the land. But I'm going to show you furthermore that this eheyeh of the 21 ties itself into the 21st day. Why? There was another 21 that's important. That the 21st generation from the creation of the world was Abraham Avinu. And there was Haron Af Shel Makom. God was very upset for the first 21 generations. When came Abraham Avinu, a monotheist, and said, no, there's no Avodah Zarah, it's not the stars and the constellations and the moon and the sun that controls the world. It's not these creations of God that control the world. They do have power. We say it in the Tefillah. I'll show you on the Tefillah of Shabbat that we do know, and the Yotzir, we say in the Yotzir that these things that God created, they do have knowledge in them and they have power. We say it all the time. Let's take a look. It says, Tovim me'orot, good are the lights, Shebaram Elohinu, that the Lord created. Yitzaram beda'at, He created them with knowledge, bebina, uvhaskel, different forms of chokhmah. Koach ugvura natan lahem. God put in them strength and givurot, liyot moshelim bekerev tevel, that they have a power on controlling the tevel, the where we're living the land. That they have a form. God just didn't want the people on earth to use them to know the future. But there is a chokhmah in them, and they have a power in them. Now, when Abraham Avinu came, the 21st generation, he told them, listen, that's not the real power. It's that there's a God and a creator behind it. We see that the 21st day of Hoshana Rabbah ties itself to other things. We notice that in the Vayvarech David, we say Vayvarech David et Hashem, and if you take the first 4 letters, it's also 21. And in there, we end up continuing until we say, Ata hu Adonai Elohim asher bachata be'Abraham v'hotzeto me'urkasim v'samta shemo Abraham. We mention again the 21, and then if you notice, the Mikubalim say you take 2 coins and 1 coin, and you put them together. It's keneged the tiers that Esab had, the 2 tiers and the 1 tier. But again, that 21, the 2 and the 1 coin comes from the word eheyeh, the 21. You take the 2 coins and the 1 coin. Now, there's a whole kavanah in a special tefillah that we do in Shemini Atzit, but we're not going to go into that right now. But what we are going to show is that the tefillah that we are doing on Hoshana Rabbah and the mentioning of the maftir of Yom Gog UMAGOG are tying into us a new phase of the world. And that's why this week's Parashat Bereshit Inyanei Yoma, is that there's going to be a new world order, if you want to call it. I don't know if you want to call it what people understand of what is a new world order, but Hashem is going to reset everything. There's going to be a Mashiach, Sidkenu, and Eliyahu HaNavi Zechut is going to appear. We don't know all the details, but we do know that what we're seeing right now is what the Mishna Berura is telling us, and we're about to go into a new phase of what's called Yemot HaMashiach. So prepare yourself. Baruch Adonai Le'olam, Amen v'Amen.